Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lunch with Linda. I'm Linda Daniels, and you are now inside Northampton Wolves. Kate is not here again today, and will hopefully be back next Monday. So we're saying hi to her and sending her all good wishes. We are here on January 13th, in basically the middle of January, and we have also had a very, very dry month or two, a very dry start to our winter. So hopefully we get some either rain at this point or some snow. I want to say thank you to everybody who has reached out and asked me if my family is okay, and I want to tell you that they are. They are, they live in Valley Village and are surrounded by fire. But when you look at a fire map, there's always this one little section that seems to be protected from the wind and the fires. It's the real valley of LA, and they are in that section. They did, however, coming home the other night, they hit Whitsett Avenue, which allows them a view all the way into Studio City, which is the next town to them. And Jeff said that that was where that little pop-up fire started about 4 or 5 days ago, and they could see it. And they could see about 50 firemen just all over the mountain and that one house, and really stomped it out right away. But it did make it very close and very real for them. So they went home and decided to get go bags ready. So they are prepared just in case. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they have a real handle on it over these next couple of days, despite the wind picking up right now. And last night when we were talking, it broke my heart to hear my 11-year-old grandson, in talking to all of us about it, ask his parents just what would they do? What should he do in particular if the house caught on fire? And they sort of let him talk a little bit more about that, because he continued to say, if the house is on fire, we have 3 hoses and we have water in the pool. Dad and I can try and put it out while you and Ava get in the car and take care of the dogs. Of course, we're seeing bits and pieces of people's stories. They're seeing a lot of it. So they've seen a lot of stories of people who have been trying to fight that fire and protect their house with garden hoses. And that was Logan's initial reaction. Pam, I think my daughter-in-law, handled it really well, let him kind of talk out what all of his thoughts were, and then answered him with not, oh, you don't have to worry about it, or not, no, don't be silly, but with a, well, our first concern is everybody's safety. So we get the dogs and all of our family together and into one of the vehicles, and then get us to a safe place, and then we'll worry about the house, which I thought was really calming for Logan. It gave him an idea of what might happen. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but it just really struck me that in spite of, or in addition to, all of the cleanup and rebuilding, we really need to help these kids get through all of this. Logan was 5 when COVID hit, and we see some stuff from that. He's a real homebody in comparison to his older sister, who's only 2 years older. But she was in a different space. He was just in kindergarten when school shut down and they went to Zoom. So he feels very, very safe in his house, and it is a push for him to move outside of his comfort zone. So we got a lot of work to do. But thank you again. They are safe. I know a lot of people here have people there. They know people that have lost their homes, and our hearts go out to all of them, and hopefully things will move in the right direction, and the cleanup and rebuild will be able to begin certainly by the end of the month. We hope. So that's that. I also wanted to just make one thing clear too from last week. when I said that the airline had lost our luggage. I never told you that our luggage did pop up right away the very next day. It went to Burbank and we went to LAX. So we didn't lose anything. We just postponed having it with us, and that was fine. So I am, of course, back in the store. We were here last week, and it's been a very busy week. Kate is still taking some time off, but like I said, hopefully we'll be here Wednesday. So it's been a bit of a mad scramble for me to try to stay on top of everything. So if I don't answer an email or a text right away, it means that I'm pretty swamped with things. It seems like I get 6 tasks done, and there are 6 more that pop up. Some of them are really exciting, and I'm going to share some of that news with you today. But the first thing that I want to talk about and remind you of is you'll be getting an email tomorrow from me about our semi-annual clearance sale. We are ready to begin that on Wednesday. The sale prices will be in effect on the website as well as soon as I get a chance to actually convert the sale prices, and Kate has a chance to put them all together in a clearance sale section. But I moved our broadcast position over here so that you can see some of what we're talking about. And actually, I have Liz here helping me today. So Liz, if you can hold on to that stick and slowly move to this. We've started to put sale prices on some of the yarns that we are going to put into the clearance sale. So the cotton, the confetti, it's not cotton, it's wool. The confetti, we've already marked down 25% so that instead of $26.25, it's now $19.75 a skein. A lot of these yarns we used for 1 skein hats, 2 skein scarves. There is a sweater in the back. I'm not sure that you can see it, and I didn't pull it out. But the sweater took 5 to 6 skeins, and that's been very popular as well. And then the Fiesta, which is similar to the confetti, is also 25% off, and that brings that price down to $28.15. And then one of the favorites, the Bossa Nova, this yarn was a little bit slow when we first got it in, but it has sold quite a bit lately, and I need to check downstairs to see just how much inventory we have, but it is now on sale for $15.95, and this is a really soft superwash merino wool, and again, 2 or 3 skeins of this is going to make a great scarf. And then if Liz will follow me over, the Beatrix is one of those fluffy kind of chainette yarns, and we have marked that down as well. This one is 54% merino wool, the 30% Angora, and 16% nylon. The nylon is in there for strength to hold all of those really soft fibers together, and we've got quite a bit of that left. That's just this wall. If you come in this week, you will want to look for those bright yellow tags, because those will be all of the yarns that we are marking down at least 25%. There will be yarns in baskets that there's a small enough amount to just fit in the basket, and those will be marked down to 50%. And some of the stuff that's been on sale for a while now, I will go through and mark down in a further 70 up to 75% off. So we will be having that sale for a while. Usually it's about 3 to 4 weeks. But take advantage if you want to get the best color selection and make sure that there might be enough of a color to make a larger project with. You'll want to explore that sale this week. And like I said, we will get the sale prices on the website as well before Wednesday. So that's the big deal. The thing, I want to let you in on a little retail secret. January, all over the place, is a month of sales. Everybody has a January sale. It's clear out the holiday stuff, get rid of some of the winter stuff, and get prepared for spring. the whole idea is that you're not really supposed to bring in inventory in January, but this is yarn. And January is a perfect knitting month. Going into February, just as perfect as well. And you know that I was visiting with Trendsetter over the holiday week, and Nita showed me this garment, and I fell in love with it. Now, this is, oops, sorry, it's the microphone, and I just hit it. Sorry if that made a loud noise, but this is a piece that she had there, and it is a yarn that we have had in, but we only got like 3 or 4 colors in. And when I saw this, I decided that we needed to expand the line and carry a few more colors. It's a really very simple shawl. This is the pattern for it. So we have the pattern, and I have danced around a little bit. So you can see that it's long and pointed at each end. So it starts on the diagonal with, okay, it does start with 5 stitches and grow, and then goes down to 5 stitches at the end. It's done with a double strand of yarn. So it takes, if you want the 3 colors, 1, 2, and 3, it takes 6 skeins, and you hold the yarn doubled. So you do like 16 inches of this color, and then 16 inches of this color, and then 16 inches of the beige, or in any other order that you want to. And it's just stocking net stitch. Let me grab an end. And once you reach, so you start here, and once you reach the number of stitches that you want, you then are increasing on one side and decreasing on the other until you've used up the yarn, basically, or reached the length. Now, they very kindly are letting us borrow this particular shawl for a little while so that you'll be able to see it and try it on when you come in. But I bought some new colors, brought in some new colors. These are some of the ones that we had, but then I brought in the pinks as well because I thought this would be really lovely. It's a very soft pink, and this is an even softer pink. And you could combine these 2 colors with the blue, that really soft blue, or with, I don't think, it looks like I didn't bring over the real beige. There is a real lighter beige, or this one as well. So 6 skeins of that, and you will have a really nice, luxurious, soft feeling shawl. I've had this on for a little bit now, as I've been running around trying to get organized for this, and tried a couple of times to get this in the right exact place. I don't really think it is. I think I need a little more time to make it exactly right, but it is warm. And of course you can wear it in lots of different ways. I've just draped it around twice and secured it with this, and then I have the microphone on as well, which is pulling down a little bit on it. But that's the new yarn, one of the new yarns. And then we also got in the biggie, the new yarn from Madelinetosh that I briefly showed you last week. Liz, could you grab one of those baskets that's in the window? Either one is fine. Yeah, because we did hang up all of the items that came to us from the trunk show, and we put the colors in baskets. Oh my God, this weighs a ton. Holy cow. This is a lot of yarn and a lot of heavy yarn. But this is what the Madelinetosh colors look like. Aren't they incredible? Will you just check and see if there's any questions on the phone? If anybody has a question, let me know, or comment. So these colors are brilliant. They are really, really beautiful. Can you see anything?
No question.
Okay. Great. So we've got, I think, looks like 4 skeins of each color And like I said last week, there are a couple of hats and a cowl and a pair of socks, slippers that only take 1 or 2 skeins of this stuff.
What would you make with that?
So those items are hanging in the window. You can grab any one you can reach. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 or 7 patterns that we can give you free when you buy the yarn. One of them is a cowl and 2 scarves and a pair of big slippers as well. But this is what it looks like knit up. And I didn't check the pattern for this, but this is definitely 2, if not 3 skeins. And it makes a really big scarf. This is, and it looks like it's just ribbing, but when you look at the pattern really closely, you can see that there's a very simple twist stitch. Can you see that, Liz? In it. So it actually ends up looking like a slightly cabled pattern. Really fun, unique design.
What gauge for that?
So you're going to be on a super bulky gauge. So you're going to be knitting at least with a 13, probably more comfortable on a 15. And I'm pretty sure all the patterns are on at least the 13, if not the 15. You could even, like a lot of the Rasta patterns, you could use for this as well. It will work at that same gauge. This is a really neat cowl. It has several different stitches going on at the same time, knit straight. So you cast on here and then knit it in a straight piece and put buttons on to close it. And we have a little bit of seed stitch on this end, stocking net stitch, and then a rib and roll finish to it. So that's a really fun piece to knit because A, it goes really quickly. B, it doesn't take a lot of yarn, but it's going to be interesting to knit. You're not going to fall asleep while you knit it. And then we also have that scarf done in a thinner thing, but it also has that cabled twist in it as well. So we've got some fun patterns for it. We've got all of the yarn out. Like I said, this is just one of the baskets. There's another whole laundry basket filled with the colors that we got. These are the solids. It looks like that's what Mariana did. She put all of the solids in one basket, and the other basket that Liz is bringing over is filled, whoops, with the Madeline Tosh multicolors. Look at these colors. This is Rocky Mountain High. I think this is the blue that they did the cowl out of that I just showed you. And so really fun. They're best-selling colors. This one, I love this one. This is Winter and Rest. Perfect. Okay, you can take this. Thank you. Get my microphone back up here. My shawl back together again. Okay. So the Harvester class, sweater class started. That was a lot of fun. The Autumn Glow blanket class started. That also was a lot of fun. A little bit harder than I thought it would be for most people, but all of my students got going with that. So I'll give you a progress report as we move through those classes. But I wanted to tell you about 2 other things. We are really, really happy to welcome Susan Barron to our teaching staff here at Northampton Wills. She's going to be teaching a Learn to Knit in 3-hour class on February 15th. Yes, her class is going to be February 15th. Lucille Miller is teaching a Learn to Knit class on February 1st. That's sold out, and we've had lots and lots of requests. I met with Susan the other day. We hit it off great. She is a Knitting Guild certified instructor. She's been teaching knitting classes for quite a while down the street, and she's now going to be moving here and teaching classes here. So we're really happy and excited to be welcoming her. She's going to do this Learn to Knit first, and then she and I are in talks about what other classes she might want to offer. So we will continue throughout the rest of the winter and spring to be able to add new classes and new times and new days. So look for that. But the big news is that Gudrun Johnston emailed me the other day with a date and time for her first class here at Northampton Wolves. She is going to be doing her half-day workshop that's called a Taste of Fair Isle. And in that class, the students will be talking about color selection. She will cover stranding, the typical Fair Isle method of working with colors. She's going to show you how to do speed swatching in the round. That has been one of the biggest dilemmas for people. It's hard enough to do a swatch on straight needles, but when you are faced with circular knitting, your swatch should also be in the round. And even on a 16-inch needle or double pointed needles, you still end up having to do about 30 to 40 stitches. She's going to show you how to change that and do what she calls speed swatching. And she's going to talk about color dominance. That class is going to be on February 8th. That's right. On February 8th in the afternoon from about 1:30 to 4:30. And I will put that up on the website. It's not up yet because it took this morning to finalize everything with her. The cost of the class is going to include 6 skeins of the Spindrift. So you will get the materials, not the needles, but you will get the yarn, and you'll get 6 full skeins of the Spindrift that you will be able to use during the class. She will be talking about color selection. We will have a few sort of, we'll call them kits, color choices that Gudrun will make, or she will help you choose your colors from what we have here. And you'll get all of it in a little Northampton Wolves muslin bag as well. So we are really excited to be able to offer classes by Gudrun. If you Google them, you'll see she doesn't do a lot of classes all over the place. They are kind of few and far between, which I can understand because she has to travel to get there. And this is a very busy time for her with the shows coming up. Vogue Knit Live is this weekend. I will be down there and probably see her. I'm debating about whether or not I'm going to actually post live from the show floor or not, but stay tuned because I just might. You might see me pop up on Saturday, but I'll see her there. And then there's another show in, maybe Shelley knows. Shelley, if you're there, what's that little show also down that way? I think it's the 19th, because Vogue Knit is the 17th and 18th, and I think there's a little show on the 19th of January and a date in March too. And I've never been to that one, but I've been told that that one's really pretty good. So there are all these little shows going on that you can see on Facebook even, I think is a way to find them. Probably Ravelry has some listings about them as well. But anyway, I will spend some time. I don't know if I'll be able to do it this afternoon because I have a busy afternoon, but I will get that class up on the website. We are limiting the class size to maybe 12 so that we have enough room for everybody to really spread their stuff out. So it's going to be, like a lot of them, first come, first serve. And like I said, the price of the class will include the yarn, Gudrun's instruction, and the pattern that she'll be giving to you. So watch for that.
Farm.
Oh, Wayland Farm. Wayland Farm, thank you. What city is it in? Or what town is it in? Let's see if Shelley remembers. Wayland, I guess.
Will Gudrun's classes be available on Zoom?
No, they will not be available on Zoom this time. They might later on, but Gudrun will only do in person right now. But I will be talking with her about that as well.
It's in Wayland at the garden store.
There we go. In Wayland at the garden store. If you don't see the comments, I'll let you know. And that these little these little shows have been gaining in popularity, and it's a great place to see a lot of independent designers and hand dyers as well. So if you're looking for something to do, you can look that up. Wayland Farm Fiber. I don't know if it's called festival or show, but Shelley will type that in for us. The last thing that I wanted to tell you about, let me just see. Yeah. The last thing that I wanted to tell you about, I'm not going to show you, but it's back there. We also got in a really big restock of Rios. So we have lots and lots of colors of Rios, including some new colors that they've just started to dye.
Farm Fiber
Farm Fiber
Bay.
Bay. What is that? That's the name of the show?
Oh, Farm Fiber Day.
Oh, Farm Fiber Day.
Sorry.
That's all right. Farm Fiber Day in Wayland. Okay, that's that. So Rios, we got in a big restock, old colors, old favorites, and some new stuff too. So if you have been looking for Rios or want to start something else, then we are set. And Malbrigo is doing an amazing job of doing a lot of knit-alongs now. So check out the Malbrigo website because they seem to always have something new popping up. And it doesn't cost anything to participate in their knit-alongs, but you do need to buy the yarn that they specify in order to get the pattern, I think. Anything else?
No, she's rechecking.
Okay, she's rechecking. Okay, good. Noisy people on the street. All right, so our hours are, again, Wednesday through Saturday. I just keep reminding everybody of that. And we are going to try and keep the website as up to date as possible as we work our way further and further into winter. I hope you guys stay cozy and warm and especially safe, and find time this week to go knit something. Bye.